parting over the Isles of Boreas. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base, needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis
Stone was
fazer
alguns caminhos que a gente não fez, talvez a gente tenha
a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Bernardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage. Bernardo finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Bernardo could use that somehow.
Seguiu o caminho de que a gente não sabe de nada.
Apparently, the mad rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of it. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens? Taken the town. Bernardo had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Bernardo hoped the people were just hiding.
Gosto muito das músicas, principalmente dessa até no específico, acho muito bacana. Inimigos, eu não lembro muito os caminhos daqui.
Looked around the empty village. How had he ever imagined Lapino was anything but a traitor? Any honest rabbit would have fled with the villagers. If they got to Lapino first, eat him for breakfast. They weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Well, unless he really wanted a traitor. Obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest. Lapino would betray him. But now Bernardo knew that.
Mas não era.
What would Lapino do if he knew that he was going to betray him? Well, he could probably not escape, wouldn't he? Use Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up his face.
13 batalhas.
Maybe he was overthinking this. Although dirty and bloody, Bernardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Bernardo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the poison thing. White Yanks discard only for future ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for wheels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, his only daughter. That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. I always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Repair, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power. Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course.
Os caminhos que a gente fez pela pila que estão aqui embaixo, provavelmente aqui deve ter algum caminho inacabado.
The rabbit had a point, and Renato had a feeling she'd want to see him again. Who knows what could happen between the two of them this time around? She knows all his plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily.
Bora! Estou de botão, mas não estou.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Would he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Ela tem umas 3 batalhas, pelo menos. Está no capítulo 2. Está no capítulo 2. Batalhar mais do que só 3 vezes. Vamos lá, aqui no primeiro segundo leva nesse móvel aqui.
Renato could feel the bird.
Lá no poço direto. Visitar ali embaixo. Acho que dá pra
Was Lepino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lepino thought. Sometimes plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lepino wanted. There must be some way to play on that, Renato thought. You blinked. So, what's this? It's bait, said Lepino, and he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lepino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Se o caminho sem plano, a gente já fez 2 caminhos lá com o plano. Puta, devia ter ido direto no pelo poço. batalha nenhuma, só teve um caminho mais complexo.
Renard checked for a false compartment. Nope. Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Oh, gosh. Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. His tail one heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as the ship lifted off. No, I just wanted some privacy, Renato said. Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut the chase.
Caminho aí,
But was the timing right for that? I know how you feel about me, baby. I know you want to be with me. Renato said. What? The Emperor's evil, babe. How nice. Remember how nice I was back in school? You were an idiot in school. You said it was funny, said Renato, starting not to like where the conversation was going. The Emperor pulled me out of an alley. Don't tell me he's evil. Yeah, but did you ever wonder why? No, I didn't. Why don't you ask him? Well, because I know why. He wants to sacrifice you. You can tell him that when he interrogates you. Oh, can't we just start this over? But Zenobia shut him in the hold of the ship. He had no one to explain anything to until he was brought to the Emperor's interrogators. After that, it was just screaming. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Ué? Morri?
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Would he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Rápido, que bosta. Vou fazer o mesmo caminho que o outro. As mesmas coisas. Pelo menos não perdemos o XP.
Urging him to capture Zenobia. Obviously, it was a trap. But you never knew how Lepino thought. Sometimes plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lepino wanted. There must be some way to play on that, I thought.
Isso é caminho... Bom, a gente saber que é caminho de morte por aqui também, né?
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lepino, and he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lepino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous water. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Vamos matar este bicho. Só um minuto. Do nada apareceu um maldito aqui, meu. Desculpa aí, amiguinhos, mas a gente nunca espera a visita de bichinhos, né? Ou antes só um bichinho voador do que uma barata.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said the tenor.
A gente tem que fazer as batalhas porque é o XP que muda toda a parada, né? Tem risada, mas apareceu mais um. É impossível isso, cara. Desculpa aí, gente, mais uma vez. É aqueles bichinhos que gosta de luz, sabe? Ele ficou voando na televisão aqui, meu. Espero que agora a gente vai ter que seguir o mesmo caminho, eu não sei como vai ser a parada.
He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became swift, and he noticed he had a blade to her throat. His tail on. But now I just wanted some privacy. Renato said. Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut it. But was time right for that? Did you ever wonder what?
Vamos seguir o caminho dela aqui agora.
Scientists at the Observatório have resurrected one of his victims. Wow. He's not exactly alive, but he can talk, and he can't lie. caught up with him. Don't you think I know?
Não. Você vai mexer com magia negra.
Scientists on this island had been investigating the Emperor's dark ritual on their own. They were neutral in the civil war engulfing the Empire, but they could see that the dark magics the old toad had loosed were changing the world. Bernardo hoped he and Zenobia weren't putting them in danger. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Bernardo had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He'd slept in a burnt village. Dead babies and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Aquela hora era Não temos muitos caminhos para seguir aqui.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. Take me to your council, she said, shaken. I have things to tell them. It was what Bernardo had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel race was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there, even if she did love him?
Ela podia ser
By far speaker toad.
No, we should take her to the base.
Insisted Lupino. No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast, said Renato.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lupino said. For some reason, Renato wasn't sure that was a good idea. Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take.
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
Said Lupino.
Sempre do meu jeitão. Lapino. Tá zoando, né?
Zenobia was still shaking as they got out. I didn't know.
Achei que tinha aparecido outro aqui, meu.
The ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens, puppies.
Se eu passo um level aqui. depois ganhasse mais um level, né?
Zenobia came out as he massaged his sore arm. Her eyes were wet. He's been saying strange things. He asked me to do experiments somewhere wrong. They are banished, right? Said Renato. Gone forever. I mean, he couldn't actually bring the old gods back, could he? She didn't answer him. That frightened him more than anything.
Reunir com a Pina. Upamos mais um level. Agora não faz diferença. Já vim daqui. Agora a gente só tem que ir embora. Experiência de quando ganhar um level nesse.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the big talk about the Emperor's dark secret, he was regretting his suspicion.
Vamos pegar esses dois inimigos com o escudo.
They came up in an empty shack. He gestured her in. Where's the base? She asked, confused. I thought we could talk a bit first. Oh, you think I'm playing you? She was furious. I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you? She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. I could have loved you. You son of a bitch. And then she died. Renato stood there for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Aquino had brought the Farfarer. On board the Farfarer, Aquino couldn't stop grinning. I can't believe you actually killed her. Why didn't I trust her? Renato said. All he could feel was emptiness. You killed the Emperor's daughter. You might want to run for it, if you care whether you live or die, that is. Since Renato didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet. Renato had never felt worth. Zenobia had listened to him. He trusted her. He opened her eyes to her father's need. To everything he had hoped for. He had taken to a dirty shack. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved? There it was again. Back door to the portal that went to the center of the fleet.
Nem sei se eu vi isso aqui.
He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the rebels. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity he could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Renato could only laugh from his feet. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wide. He expected the ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care the games. No one wants to fight a hero.
E recuagem de escapamentos. Na última batalha.
Funny that this Cold War had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming from him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there? He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished, and he was the last. The ravens were coming for him personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood, but it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light.
Ela me mata, velho, várias vezes. Nos finais que ele fica tipo todo apaixonado.
The halls of the valiant. Then he felt steel in his belly, at his chest, and his back. And he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore.
É isso aí. Finalizamos mais uma. E vamos continuar, né? A gente ainda tem o 16, 17, 19 e 20. Continua no próximo episódio, vocês sabem como que funcionam os nossos vídeos. Para você que não conhece ainda, se inscreve no canal Rickykurono e acompanha os outros, que a gente está fazendo todos esses finais aí. Cada vídeo faz parte de um. Tá bom? É isso aí, galera. Vamos nessa. Continua no próximo episódio.